22 WSBT. Now, Michiana's #1 news team. This is News 22 Night Shift.
Your teenagers may have a tougher time getting their driver's licenses. Good evening, I'm Ann Steffens. Amanda Hart has the night off. Lawmakers in Michigan say they want to try and save kids' lives by making sure they know how to drive. And as News 22's Juwan Strader tells us, that plan is being met with mixed emotions.
Michigan teenagers aren't thrilled by the idea that getting their driver's license may take even longer.
I don't really think it makes sense because, like, I'm at work now and I won't be here unless I didn't have my, unless I have my license.
I don't really think it's right because, I mean, if you're old enough and responsible to get a job, then you should be able to be old enough to get your license at 16 because most jobs you have to be 16.
In 1994, 261 teenage drivers died in car accidents, making traffic crashes the leading cause of death for 16 and 17-year-olds in Michigan. The Senate Transportation and Tourism Committee is considering a bill that sets 3 stages of requirements for soon-to-be drivers. That's on top of driver's education, parental supervision, and a road test. Linda Detweiler is a mother of 2, and she believes there shouldn't be tougher standards.
Well, I think it's the responsibility of the parent to keep track of where their kids are going with that car and set a certain time limit when they can have that car.
But some people think differently.
They should make the education program a little tougher, give them more time on the road before they actually get their license.
If the bill passes, it would take a little longer for teens to take to the roads in Michigan. In Niles, Juwan Strader, WSBT News 22 Night Shift.
The state Senate will be taking up the driver's license bill in Lansing later on this week. Well, trying to avoid hitting an animal almost cost a Michiana man his life. It happened near the intersection of Ireland and Magnolia in South Bend tonight. Police say the driver of this car hit a tree while trying to miss a deer that had crossed his path. The man was not seriously injured, but he was taken to a local hospital. A Michiana parish is fighting to keep its school open. Declining enrollment could be forcing St. Patrick's School in Walkerton to shut down. About 50 kids go to school there, but hundreds of parents are trying to preserve the only Catholic school for miles. A study shows the school needs more students and more money to survive.
We haven't pushed the parishioners and the school parents to get behind the school financially, and now that's what we need.
You have to thank God for this school. Do not let it go to the wayside. There are ways that we can work to save it.
Parishioners are putting together a plan to do just that, but the final decision will have to come from the bishop. Fewer than 50% of high schoolers in Indiana go on to college, but the state wants to change all that. The Commission on Higher Education wants to have 60% of Indiana high school students go to college by the year 2002. Today, just 49.6% make it on to higher education. One of Michiana's biggest bingo halls might not make it. It could find out tomorrow whether it's back in business. The state shut down Baseball Inc. because of gaming violations it says it found during an audit. The organization has appealed that decision and wants to open its doors until a decision is made on the appeal. A Michiana judge could decide whether Baseball Inc. can bingo again as early as tomorrow. Well, a vote is expected tomorrow as well on the rezoning of a controversial piece of land in Michiana. Elkhart County's commissioners will be voting on whether or not the land on State Road 15 and US 20 will be rezoned for a proposed asphalt plant. Just last week, a judge dismissed a suit filed by those who live nearby. They're trying to stop the plant from being built. They say that the plant will bring with it heavy traffic, noise, and odor. Well, the mayor of Indianapolis will be in Michiana tomorrow to talk about his plans for the future. But before he's even arrived, some of his opponents are voicing their concerns. Republican Stephen Goldsmith will officially announce his candidacy for governor of Indiana in South Bend on Monday. Today, Democratic supporters of Lieutenant Governor Frank O'Bannon were in town. 2 of them are Indianapolis City Council members, worried that their city will lose out when Goldsmith starts campaigning.
Is that Mayor Stephen Goldsmith was elected to be mayor of the city of Indianapolis, and he owes it to the people who put him in office there to stay there, and to not a few days, indeed a few weeks, after he has been installed, to run for the governor of the state of Indiana.
A spokesperson for Goldsmith tells us that the mayor has no intention of abandoning the city during his campaign. Well, the eastern part of the country is now feeling the brunt of the cold we've felt all week. For example, in North Carolina, nearly 500,000 people across the state are without power thanks to a massive storm that has wiggled its way throughout the southeast. Many people will get their power back in the next day or two, but others will have to wait until at least midweek until they have the heat and light. Cities in Kentucky, Arkansas, Minnesota, Louisiana, Texas, New Jersey, New York, Illinois, can we go on? They all set or broke record low temperatures. And Steve Barron is in with the latest on whether or not, are we going to break that trend?
I would think tonight will be the last night of our absolutely bitter cold. By tomorrow, we should be doing a little bit better than that. Forecast tomorrow will have us up by 20 degrees, say by mid-afternoon.
It sounds great. 20 degrees sounds like a heat wave compared to what we've had lately.
That's right.
Isn't that the truth? Great. We'll check back in with you in just a minute, Steve. Well, are you in the mood for some hot country music? You didn't have to go too far tonight. Jackson, the Country Music Association's Entertainer of the Year, played to a full house at the Joy Center tonight. They were certainly rocking the jukebox as the two-time Grammy winner was chasing the neon rainbow. Also on tonight's ticket, hanging out artist Emilio and Wade Hayes, Billboard's top new country artist of the year. Well, coming up, is America finally getting thinner? We'll let you know later on in the newscast. And at 21 minutes after the hour, the Bulls take on the Fonz and the rest of the Nuggets in Denver. Matt Burch has the highlights coming up in sports. And Hollywood says goodbye to one of the toughest wives around. Stay with us.
You're watching News 22 Night Shift with Amanda Hart, weather with Steve Barron, and sports with Matt Burridge. This is WSBT, Michiana's news channel.
Weight Watchers announces our most important news ever. Introducing Personal Success. Now we'll tailor a plan around you, your goals, your time.
This time, it's my way.
New Personal Success is all about overcoming your weight loss challenges, starting with new meetings that help you personalize a food plan to your tastes.
This time, I will not be a yo-yo.
Because this time, it's all the way.
Call Weight Watchers now and register free. Call 1-800-651-6000 to register free.
Opportunity is knocking. An opportunity to save big. Your Michiana Chevy Geo dealers must move as many cars as possible to avoid inventory taxes. Now get cash back, option package savings, or low monthly payments on select models. Like Lumina, a Consumer's Digest Best Buy with power and safety. Now with 4.8% APR financing for 48 months. Opportunities knocking. See your Michiana Chevy Geo dealers today.
More bitter cold across Michiana today, a high of 3 degrees, a record low of -13. Previous records sit back in 70 of -7. Your forecast is ahead.
You don't need to tell me I work hard. I know I work hard. Farming is a hard business. You don't need to show me a picture-perfect soybean field. No field is perfect, as much as I'd like them to be. I don't need you to tell me we've entered a new era in farming. Things change, but it's still performance that counts. What I need is a herbicide that works all season on my toughest weeds and grasses in one shot, in any field. Just give me what I need.
There are lots of different ways you protect your family. Shouldn't life insurance be one of them? Find out if you have the insurance coverage you need with CityLine and Farm Bureau Insurance. It's quick and it's easy. Call 674-0900, category FARM, and listen to insurance notes from Farm Bureau Insurance. With a new toll-free number, you can get the facts of your insurance needs with ease. So discover the best security for your family and investments with Farm Bureau Insurance and CityLine.
Now, Steve Barron with Michiana's weather.
It has been a wild week weather-wise for the last week across Michiana. Things will get even crazier this week. Sub-zero temperatures, cool temperatures, mild temperatures, a little bit of everything. Look at this, a record low of -13 degrees Sunday morning. It'll be 22 tomorrow. We could be up to 42 by Friday into Saturday towards the end of this week. So definitely a frigid February so far. In fact, a record low this morning of 13 degrees below zero at the National Weather Service office in South Bend. That was at 8 o'clock this morning. A new record throughout history. The old record 7 degrees below zero, set back in 1970. Not quite that chilly right